Let's bring them on here.
Good morning.
Man, I get it. You were up all night. That's what it was. You were up all night, hanging out, drinking, and having fun because of your new album that came out. That's what it was. I know how it is down there in Australia. What's going on, man?
Mate, thanks for having me.
Hey, no problem. We got a lot of mutual friends down under, so Christy Lamb is one of my good friends. Christy James is one of my good friends. Mix, she's one of my good friends. Jade Holland. So we got a lot of mutual friends down there.
You're in good company, mate. They're some super talented artists.
Oh, let me tell you something. If I had to pick someplace else to live, I would live in Australia.
We'd love to have you out here, mate.
Okay, give me a job. Give me my own radio station. I'll come down and I'll do the morning show and I'll just make a bunch of money. Of course, though, you guys are quarantined like everybody else right now, too. Are they really, from what I've heard from some of my other friends, I guess they got you guys really locked down there, huh?
Yeah, they sure do. We're I guess we're a little bit luckier that our population is pretty spread out and we're not having, quite as, severe effects as, you guys over in the States. And, but yeah, we're still under full lockdown and everything is we're homeschooling our kids at the moment and obviously can't go out on the road and tour. And so there's a lot of things happening that are a bit of a challenge, but hopefully we can get through this, the sooner the better.
But they're not letting you guys travel from state to state, are they?
No, that's right. Yeah, the borders are all closed, and the only thing they're relaxing this weekend is if you're within your state. Well, here in Queensland, you're allowed to go up to 50 kilometres away from your house, which is the first little relaxing of the restrictions we've had in a long time.
Right. See, right now they're allowing. They're actually starting to open up a lot of places. Florida's going to be opened up. Georgia, a lot of the beaches here are starting to open up too. But yeah, that's crazy. They got you guys locked down on each state. See, I think they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't try that here in the United States just because they got a lot of rednecks with guns. I think that's probably the reason. That's probably the reason why they won't do that.
Oh yeah, I've been to Tennessee. I've spent a lot of time in the States, and I know they like to show you their guns. I remember when I was in Nashville once, and we were at a bar. There was a guy, and he got out his phone, and he was showing me all these different guns, and it was like he was showing me his children or his baby photos of his kids. He's like, there's this one, and this one does this, and then there's this one, and I was like, okay, that's pretty serious.
Oh yeah. My neighbor has 38 guns at last count. 38, and that's just my left side neighbor. My right side neighbor's probably got about another 50.
Oh my God.
The United States has the largest single armed forces in the world, and it has nothing to do with the U.S. Army, Navy, Air Force, or Marines. It's all people that has their own guns.
It's mind-blowing, that's for sure, my friend. It really is. It really is. We couldn't be more the opposite down here in Australia. I don't know. It's a very, very different world we live in down here, but not to say, who's right or wrong, but it's very different down here. We don't really feel the need, but it's interesting.
Well, let's put it this way. I hope you guys never do get to that point where you have to have them because, you never really hear anything on the news or on TV about Australia, about anybody messing with Australia. Because you guys pretty much keep to yourself and do your own thing down there. Everybody wants to get at the United States. For some reason, they want to piss us off and try to start all kind of ruckus with us.
I wouldn't be doing that.
What's the weather like down there this morning?
Mate, it's beautiful. I'm just literally, I live at a place called the Gold Coast, which is down in Queensland. It's a little bit like Florida, I guess. We've got really nice beaches, and I usually get up around, this sort of time, go for a little run along the beach, and then get stuck into the day. So it's really nice here today.
So tell us about your new album, Town of a Million Dreams.
I guess it was a good 2 years in the making, and quite a number of trips across to the States. We did a lot of recording in Nashville, a lot of writing in Nashville, and some writing in LA as well, and then recorded some of it here in Australia. I'm just excited to finally have it out, and it was sort of a big decision to make that call to bring it out at the moment with all of the restrictions in place, but we still figure that people want to listen to music, and thankfully it's been really well accepted, so we're very happy.
Are you more of the old style country music, or are you more like of the new bro country or rock country style that they got out now?
I'd probably definitely not bro country. I would say more the country rock. You'd probably say similar sort of vibe to Keith Urban, Morgan Evans.
Yeah, we have no idea who them guys are.
Yes, no, I'm a big fan of, massive fan of Keith, and I love his music and his shows, and it really sets the benchmark. It sort of fits into that similar sort of style. We like to put on a pretty entertaining live show, and jump around the stage and have a bit of fun, and hopefully we can get back to doing that again soon.
Yeah, I sat here before you came on and played your song "We're Good Together." I like that. That's got a good tune. I like the song. It's got a good upbeat. Yeah, it's got a good upbeat. I think the album's good. I've listened to a few other songs too. City Girls is good. So yeah, it looks like you've been doing. How long have you been doing music now? You've been doing it for a long time.
Long time. I guess good 15 years. So yeah, it's been a while. But this album definitely feels like the best I've done to date, and the current single is called Sparks Fly, which is on the album as well, and that's just had its 5th week at number 1 on the country radio charts here in Australia, which we're pretty chuffed about. So it's ticking along pretty well, and hopefully we can get back to the States when this all blows over and we're allowed to travel again.
Do you get over here to the States quite a bit when you're doing music and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. We were only just there in November. We were invited over to perform at the have you heard of the PBR, the Pro Bull Riding Circuit?
Yeah.
They go around the country. They put on a pretty good show, and I got to go over there earlier last year and play or sing at a few of their events, and then they invited us back to Vegas for the
I was going to say, yeah, you were probably playing out in Vegas.
Yeah, it was so much fun. We had a blast. They put up a big stage outside the arena. And
how did you like Vegas? How did you like Vegas?
Oh my God, it's ridiculous.
Was that the first time you ever been there?
Well, it's funny. I've been going back and forwards to the States since I was 16. So just a bit of a backstory. Like, I went to school in Colorado, and I worked in North Carolina, in summer camps with the kids, and
right.
I've been traveling back and forwards since I was 16, so a long time. But yeah, that was my first ever trip to Vegas, and I don't know why it took me that long. It was amazing.
Las Vegas is a city that never sleeps. But now imagine this: when you remember going there, when you were there back last year, imagine the streets of being empty and nothing but lights. That's what it's like right now. There is nothing going on in Las Vegas.
It's scary, isn't it? To believe. Somebody was saying some ridiculous amount of live entertainment shows happen every night. Something like 2,000 live shows happen across the city every single night.
You're not talking about now. You're talking about back before.
Back then. So
right, yeah.
It's gone from that to a town that relies, so much on live.
Oh yeah, Brooks and Dunn had a show over there. Reba had a show over there. Shania Twain had a show. Yeah, so there's always something going on in Vegas.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's mind blowing just to the extent of all of these restrictions. It's just huge. I mean, here in Australia, it's exactly the same thing. Our entire entertainment industry's been shut down, and it's just.
You guys are more laid. You guys are more laid back, though. What's it like? What's it like being an Australian? And I mean, you've been in the States. You know how we act, and you know how Australians act. What's the biggest difference amongst the two? Do you guys handle this stuff a lot better than most Americans do, or vice versa, or what?
Say that last part again.
Well, I said you know how Australians are, and you've been here to America. Who do you think has an easier time handling stuff like this? Because Australians are just laid back. It's not like they just don't they don't care. They just don't stress about things.
Yeah. Oh, look, I think the Australian nature is pretty laid back. We try and see the silver lining, or try and see the positives when there's a negative. But there's no doubt at the moment it's probably the biggest challenge we've faced in our lifetime. And it does get pretty serious when you start looking at the income that we've lost, and we can't get out and do what we love. So it's been a pretty huge thing.
That's cool. Who's some of the big names that you've played with? Have you played with anybody famous that we would probably know over here in the States? I'm sure you played with just about everybody over there in Australia.
Yeah. Look, I think the three biggest that I've been very, very fortunate to play alongside. Well, the biggest break I actually got, first break I got in music was, and it was funny because my first ever CD that I was given as a teenager for Christmas was Bryan Adams' Greatest Hits, right?
Wow.
And I remember getting the album and learning every song on guitar, every single track, and I absolutely loved it. And that was my first big break. I got to open for him in 2005 here in Australia, and he was just awesome. So that was a massive opportunity. And then a few years later, I got to open for Mariah Carey when she toured here, and that was another big opportunity. But more recently, we got to come across to the States and play at a festival just outside of San Francisco. It's called Country Summer.
Yep.
And we got to open on the main stage for it was Lady Antebellum, Kip Moore, huge lineup. It was it happens obviously every year, and that was a huge opportunity.
What's the story behind music in Australia? Because I've heard different stories, and I don't know which one is accurate or which one's true, but I've heard that the United States has a hard time bringing any artists into Australia to play their music because Australians don't like to intermingle their music with other music. Is that kind of true, or is that or are they kind of just letting anybody from other countries come in and play?
Yeah, I'm not sure where that would have come from, because when you listen to Australian radio, or it couldn't be further from the truth.
So they're playing a lot of top star, US stars too, all the time. Okay,
if you put on the top country networks, radio networks here in Australia, they're all playing predominantly American acts, and then they're playing Australian acts as well. But we're a huge following. We have a festival here every year called CMC Rocks, which is our largest international country music
Matter of fact,
festival.
I know some of the artists from over here that just played in, I think, last year's. Jess Lee, one of my friends, she played over there, I think, last year. And I know a couple artists that's played on. Now, I know some countries they're a little bit behind in times because a lot of their country music they like is the old style, like old Hank Williams, old say Patsy Cline, and Dolly Parton and stuff like that. Do you see more of the younger generation over there catching up with the newer stuff that's coming out?
Absolutely. I think, the last 18 months, there's been a real resurgence and like a new fan base that has come through for new country. And our mainstream commercial radio stations now that would be normally just playing 100% pop and R&B stuff, they're actually playing country acts, Dan and Shay, Keith, Morgan Evans, and I've been, lucky enough to have the last two singles played on commercial radio as well, and there's been, a massive resurgence, and it's great to see. I think Australians sometimes in the past were a little confused at how they perceive country music, and they sort of thought it was this older sound, but they're actually starting to realise there's this new wave of country coming through that people really love. So it's good.
Out of all the cities in Australia, which one's the biggest one when it comes to music? Is it probably Queensland?
Well, southeast Queensland, where we're based, has become a bit of a hub now for country. With
Right.
three of the biggest country music festivals that happen here happen in southeast Queensland. But apart from that, as a broad destination for all forms of country music, Tamworth is the home of country. When it comes to that side, it's everything from every style of country. It's all represented. They have a huge festival there every January, and our major music awards are called the Golden Guitar Awards, so they happen in Tamworth as well.
Right.
So, yeah.
Are you guys having problems finding toilet paper over there?
We were.
Really?
Yeah, for a couple of weeks there, but we're back. We are back, and we can crap.
What's the plans for Casey here in the next say 10 years? Where do you see yourself?
Oh, look, I think just keep doing what we're doing and keep building the profile. Obviously, love to branch out more into the States when we can, and try and get things happening over there, which we've been lucky enough the last couple of years to do that. And just keep enjoying it. I think if you stop enjoying what you're doing, then there's a problem. So I think that's the key, is making sure you enjoy what you do and connecting with your fans, and that's something that I absolutely love as well. So, next 10 years is probably just going to be key to build things and keep trying to put out good music.
Now, this album just came out recently, so you taking some time off now and just chilling out and relaxing, or are you getting right back in the studio working on more stuff?
Oh, look, we're right in the midst of promotion for the album. It's only literally just come out a week ago, and we were lucky enough to debut at number one on the our country album charts, which is the first time I've been able to do that. So that's a big, huge achievement on that front. So we're going to keep promoting the album. There's still quite a few singles that we want to put out off the album, one of which is one of the songs you talked about earlier, We're Good Together, is probably going to be a single in the next couple of months. So yesterday we actually put out a sneaky little, we put together this little ISO clip. So obviously we can't get the band all together at the moment, so we put out a little ISO clip, and that was fun putting that together. But yeah, we'll be promoting that for the next few months, and hopefully hitting September, October, we can get back out to do some smaller shows, and that'll be great.
Well, we definitely need to get you to Florida, because we broadcast in Orlando, but I live about 15 minutes from Daytona Beach, so we need to get you to come down to Daytona Beach and chill with us and play there, maybe during Bike Week or something like that, because that's where you'll have we'll show you how we do it down here in Florida. We'll put Vegas to shame. Florida's a little bit better. Florida's a little bit better.
Love that.
Tell us one thing that your fans don't know about you.
One thing that my fans don't know about me. Well, I was going to say that I can't cook, but I actually found that out pretty recently, that I can't cook. We did a Facebook Live video, and we turned it into like a home cooking show, just to highlight how disgraceful I am as a cook. So that is one thing. But look, I think apart from that, if I wasn't doing music, I was going to be, was going to play football professionally, and that's not your style of footy, like NFL. It's
you're talking soccer, right?
Australian. Well, no, this is our national
or rugby
league. No,
it's not rugby.
It's called Australian Rules Football, AFL. So AFL is the biggest spectator and participator sport here in Australia. So we our grand final, which is the same as your Super Bowl, we get 100,000 people. It's the same as the NFL. So you'll have to Google it. It's a pretty
Yeah,
cool
I'm gonna
story.
have to. Yeah, because I wanna check this out definitely.
Yeah.
Well, your album's doing real good from what I can tell. I wish you all the success. Hopefully, we'll get you back out on the road and maybe get you back over here to the States. We're definitely going to throw your song on the top 20 countdown when it starts up here in April. Let's see, January, February, March, no, May. I'm sorry. We're already in April.
Yeah.
But I definitely like We're Good Together. I like that song. It's a good song.
Thank you.
Good upbeat song. So, hey, it's great to meet you. I hope we get a chance to talk again soon, but we'll get your fans to vote for your song and keep you in the top 20, and hopefully we can definitely get you back on the show again and maybe do so. Hopefully, I think the quarantine thing I think we'll be pretty much done with it here in the next month or so, because they're starting to open up. Yeah, they're starting to open up everything now. So,
very well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support, and thanks for playing my stuff over there.
thanks, Casey. I appreciate it, bud. We'll talk to you soon, man. Stay safe.
You too. Thank you.
All right, see you. Thanks, guys. Yes, Casey's a great guy. We're going to get him on the top 20 countdown here at WBCW. So if you want to vote for him, make sure you like us here on our page. You can follow us here on WBCW Networks. You can follow us on Facebook at FL Country Radio. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of Casey's music on here. Hit us up on our website, WBCWradio.net. Tomorrow night, we got Amber Dela Cruz, another Floridian who is in Nashville now, and she has collaborated with some big names, including Colt Ford. And she's just a lovely sweetheart. So, Bob, appreciate you for hanging. Carly J, appreciate you for hanging. Make sure you check us out. Follow us. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We have a Florida Country Radio YouTube channel. Our website, again, is WBCWradio.net. We got a Spotify channel, too, that we're definitely working on. So, yeah, just follow us, man. Talk to you tomorrow night right here on the WBCW Networks, 3 o'clock p.m. See ya.